Hello, I'm Evan Evans, and I'll be your professor for Calculus 1 this term. To get to our course, log into your FCC account, get to your Blackboard, find the appropriate class that you're enrolled in, which is Math 185 for Calculus 1. It'll get you to our announcements. Sometimes there's some hot links, so hover on the left-hand side here and click the arrow, and that'll extend out the hot links that we have for our course, which are very useful. Our announcements will be weekly announcements, just giving you updates of what we're going to be covering that week and things that are coming up either due that week or coming up in the near future to stay on pace. On these hot tabs, we'll start up top with the Start Here tab. If you go to Start Here, not only you see welcome messages, but there's other information. My information to contact me will be here, located here, as well as my office hours for that term will be located there, as well as our syllabus, hot link to syllabus. There's also one on the course, but supplemental worksheets here. Give me an idea. These worksheets are basically what we're going to be doing in a face-to-face class during the course, so they're available for you there. So if you happen to miss a day, you can continue to work on staying on pace and staying to work. Answer keys here. So answer keys after we have exams or portfolios, they'll be listed there. Obviously, there's nothing listed yet because we haven't had it. So after the due dates, after all the assignments have been turned in, whether it be a test or a portfolio or an exam, they'll be listed here, so you can check your work after everything's been submitted, so you can check your work in terms of your status. Obviously, I'll be grading. You can check your grade book, but at least that way you have access to seeing the correct answers before you actually get them back. And then if you still have questions when you get your exam back or whatever assignment back, then come meet with me. We can go over, during office hours or in class and answer any questions you may have regarding that. So that's information available for you, as well as our SOAR coordinator and a rough outline of our course. So this is where that will be located. Changes every semester, so this is how we're going to be operating this semester. Other tabs that are useful: balances, syllabus, like I talked about. You click on the syllabus, you have a hot link to the syllabus just to give you an idea. I'm just going to point out a couple things. Telephone numbers there to find me, or email is probably the best way if you need to contact me, and that's how you contact me, via email. And then here are my office hours. They change semester by semester, so take a look at the current syllabus, see what they have for that term, that semester we'll be working at. A couple things I just want to show out in terms of grading. For this under assessment methods will be how we break down our course. Again, different courses, different semesters have different weights, but they're weighted. So this particular semester, this is how all the assignments break down for this particular term. Remember, we use weighted grades, so don't go by a running total. Go by the percentage of the grade is. And I'll discuss in class or post a video how to calculate weighted grades as we get it further into the term, so you can get it. Plus, the Blackboard will always update your grade accurately at that point, at that snapshot in time. Other items I want to give you or should point out to you that you can find on your syllabus is our outline. Again, changes from term to term. So down the bottom is you can find out when important due dates are due for either assignments, either tests or portfolios, when they're due for that term, and what we're covering each week. So this is, these weeks, this is what we're going to be covering. And then we'll talk about the textbook, and you got textbook homework assignments here that are to be posted on Blackboard. So let's talk about that first. So homework postings each week. It's the best way to get to it is basically, if you're talking about week 1, you click on week 1, and on the top is going to be the sections or the chapters that we're going to be covering that week. And there's a link to the book. Our book is free, by the way. It's an OER book, free, so you don't have to purchase any textbooks. But essentially, there's hot links to each section of the book within these weeks. For instance, we're responsible this week to read chapters 1.1 through 1.5 for this particular term. So you would start off by reading the textbook 1.1, so it gets you to the hot link, gets you to the section of the OpenStax textbook, which you can access if you need to download as a PDF. You can do that as well. But essentially, you're responsible. This is the online textbook, and you're responsible for reading the textbook, the section of that textbook that's assigned. And at the end of each section, after you read the textbook and go through, there's exercises at the end. Just like there are in your, the textbooks as you had before. So at these exercises, you see section 1.1 exercises at the bottom of the text, or at the bottom of the page, or at the end of the section. You're expected to do all the odd ones. You're expected to do these odd problems. That's the expectation. And you notice the odd ones have hot links, so that's basically a hot link on the web version to the answer key. So you can check, you're expected to do it, and you can check your answers. That's the advantage of doing the odd ones. So you're expected to do the odd ones. However, the odd ones are not going to be collected. What I'm going to be collecting is you're also, for each section that's assigned, you're supposed to do an even problem, one even problem, and post it on Blackboard. And basically what you're going to be doing is if you've posted before the due date and it's correct, you're going to get the maximum points you can get for each homework assignment is 3. So you post before the due date is correct, you're going to get 3. Posted before the due date and it's wrong, you're still going to get 2 points for that. You posted after the due date, so a week after, 2 weeks after, 3 weeks after, 5 weeks after, and it's correct, and even though it's late, you're still going to get 2 points, 2 out of 3 points for that. If you post it after the due date and it's still incorrect, you're going to get 1 point, and obviously if you don't post at all, you get 0 points. And then in terms of, and all you have to do then for that one is after each section, here's 1.1, where here's the 1.1 homework section postings. Give you an idea, 1.3, and then you have, you read 1.3, the trigonometric functions, and then you post 1.3 homework solutions. So all you have to do is click that, and that'll take you to those homework postings, and you can see this is how it should look, and just put up a couple there to give you an idea. When you're posting it, I want you to post the section that it is and the number that you're doing. That way it's easy to, the only thing you can't do as a student is you can't repeat a problem that's already been posted. So if I wanted to do, like right now, I did number 26. 26 is off limits right now for the rest of the class for that section. You have to choose another even number, whether it be 22 or 23 or whatever. Or actually, it won't be 23; it'll be an even number. But you choose another one. So make sure you label on the title the section, the homework section it's from, and the number that you're doing. And then when you post it, you can either type in your answer, or you can go through and upload a photo. In this instance, they uploaded a photo. If you upload a photo, obviously make sure it's not blurry, make sure it's clear, and ideally, in this case, and this is an example where, I would prefer you to spin it back around so it's, take a look at it, make sure it's that I can easily read it and label and all that stuff. So that's an example of posting a picture up there. If you're creating a new thread from scratch, if you're going from scratch for, say, section 1.1, to create a new thread, you just create a new thread, and then you basically type in, here's the deal. I know we're doing 1.1, and say I'm doing, I'm saying number 10. I'm doing number 10. So section 1.1, number 10. I can label that way, and then I would simply type in I can either type in my answer, I can upload a photo, or I can even cut and paste a picture into here, and then I just hit submit, and it'll go up there. So, and then after you hit submit, just from the first time, just check to make sure it's up there and it's clear and all that good stuff, so it can easily be graded. So that's the homework postings, and each week you can see each folder has a week. So for this particular week, you're covering these sections that week. We'll be covering and then you're responsible for the readings, and then the homework postings afterwards for those sections going through there. Talking about the textbook, not only listed each section that we're covering in that week. Well, there's the exam. Not only are they in those sections, but you can see the whole textbook from the get-go by clicking that open text content. Here's some useful information. Here's the textbook as a whole, the website, so you can see it as a whole, or you can break it down by chapters. And there's also, obviously, answer keys for each section. Each chapter will become made available after the due dates and times if you need to look at stuff. So there's stuff to help you along the way that way. All right, so that's the homework. That's the week's exam. Or let's talk about portfolios. Portfolios. In this case, it hasn't been posted yet. Let me see here. Portfolio 1 is going to be due. It's released the first day of class, or this is to give you the day that it's released, and this will give you the date when it's due. So it's due by midnight, posting online. So you would click the portfolio here. Again, this is essentially like a detailed homework assignment. So you go through there and you answer the questions for those that are posted, and then you would upload it by the due date. and that would be graded. That's a portion of your grade. Other things that you have are the gateway exams, midterm exams, and final exams. Give an idea, we'll talk more about the gateway exam as we get further into class, but essentially it's a school-wide exam, and it's a pass-fail exam. So it's a pass-fail, but you get multiple attempts at the gateway. You get multiple attempts at the gateway. It's a pass-fail exam, meaning you have to score 80% or higher in order to pass. If you get an 81, 82, 91, 95% on the test, it goes down as 100% in your grade book. If you get a 55, 65, 75, even a 79%, it's a fail and it goes down as a 0. And you get multiple attempts in order to pass it. So it's not just our class, it's department-wide that we do that. Midterm and final exams will be, we'll talk about more than that in class. We'll have, and for an in-class setting, you can have a in-class portion of midterm, and there may be also a take-home portion of the midterm. And final, we'll talk about that as we get further along, as we get closer to those exams. So all those depending on the type of course we have. Vector hours. These are online office hours. I have in-person office hours, but I also hold vector hours, which are basically online virtual office hours. So you can come to the in-person office hours, or you can come to any of the online. And this is where I got, again, changes semester to semester, but this is where that would be located in terms of the time they would be meeting. And all you have to do is join the Zoom meeting. You would it's on Zoom. You would click that at the appropriate time whenever it's listed, and you can join us for online office hours. Or the other thing is you can't make the Zoom ones, and you can't make my in-person ones that I have posted. You can always make an appointment. We can arrange to meet some other time to make that work. Grades, just to remind you, you can click your grades here to see your grades. They give you, don't go by the running total like I said before. Here are your homework assignments. You can see when they're due, when they're coming up, when the due dates are for each assignment, so you can see if you're staying on top of things. But please don't go by running total, because that's going to give you a false grade. We have weighted grades, but based on the percentages in the syllabus. Obviously an exam is worth a lot more than homework in terms of percentage of your overall grade, but you're going to accumulate more points doing homework than you will possibly on an exam. So that's why just go by percentage, and I can help you discuss, or I can discuss with you how to calculate your grade. But again, in your grade book itself, it'll have that calculated for you. So hopefully that works. I know there's going to be plenty of questions, but at least that covers the initial part of it. If you got any other additional questions, let me know. I look forward to working with you guys this semester. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.